Alright guys, welcome back to another Master and Apprentice video. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming LEGO Marvel sets for 2025. With November 1st here, that's pretty much the rest of the LEGO Marvel sets for 2024. And we've already got pretty much the first wave of 2025 sets for LEGO Marvel. Just like LEGO Star Wars, you kind of know a bunch of these sets about like 6 months. You start to hear the rumors. And then about a couple months, like 2 or 3 months prior to the release date, you start to get pictures and some leaks. And so we're going to be going over mostly the January stuff, even some April stuff, and then some other rumors that are rumored for like spring wave. We just don't have the exact dates and details. For most of these, I'd say we don't know they're confirmed. A lot of the January stuff is confirmed, but a lot of the April stuff and spring stuff, we haven't had as much detail. So we'll see as time goes on what's actually confirmed and what's just a rumor. So with all that being said, the next couple of sets we're going to be talking about are January 1st sets.
So first three in the January 1st sets are all 4+ sets, and they are the Dino Truck Racers. So first one is set number 11198, Spin Electro's Dino Racers, coming in at $20, 124 pieces. Then we got Spidey's Team Rescue Mission in the Dino Truck, $35, 136 pieces. So I don't know, maybe some more minifigures coming in that one. And then the last one we have is Treehouse Showdown Spidey Rex versus Goblin Raptor, coming in at $60. Again, all three 4+ sets, so there's the first three.
These sets are just, exactly what they are. 4+ sets that grandparents buy for a niece or a nephew or, or a grandchild or whatever the case is. These aren't usually fan favorite sets. The next set we've got is a play set 76314, Captain America Civil War Battle, the one at the airport. It's rumored to be $100 with 736 pieces. The minifig count and who's actually going to be involved is unknown. It is rumored to have a giant Ant-Man, so I guess that's one minifigure we can technically confirm, but it's going to be a brick built Ant-Man. So whether it's a minifigure or not, it's kind of up for debate. We can also assume we'll be getting mainline characters like Captain America, Iron Man, some of the guys who are main protagonists and antagonists in that movie. So that set should be coming out January 1st.
The next one we have is set number 76313, a buildable Marvel logo, coming in at 931 pieces, $100. Don't know a ton about this, but it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a Marvel logo. If you guys have seen our other channel or other videos on the channel about Star Wars Lego sets, you know that they're coming out with a Star Wars logo too. I anticipate they're going to look good together, be similar style, but nothing too special, just a Marvel logo.
I will say we have seen some pictures kind of leaked out on the internet. It looks like there's supposed to be some minifigures included, like some of the main minifigures from Marvel, like Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, characters like that. So we might be able to see some of those in that set. The next up we have set 76311, Spider-Verse Miles Morales verse The Spot. It's going to be $40 with 375 pieces, and it's going to potentially have 3 to 4 minifigures. We know we're for sure getting Miles Morales and The Spot, but we could be seeing other SpiderMan. I think it's 2055 is the blue SpiderMan, or Miles Morales' dad. But it is rumored to be more than just the 2 characters in that set.
Next up we got set number 76310, Iron Man's car and Black Panther versus Red Hulk. Piece count's unknown at this time, but $34, so we can estimate somewhere in that 300 to 350 piece range. Also rumored to be 3 minifigures.
Then we have set 76309, Iron Man versus Venom Muscle Car, 254 pieces, $30, 2 minifigures. This is one of those sets that's like kind of similar to like the mech sets. It's just like it is a play set, but it's definitely aimed towards the younger crowd. It'll be fun to see what they do with it.
Next one we have is set number 76308, Spider-Man Mech versus Anti-Venom, coming in at 107 pieces, $14.99, so $15. And obviously the 2 minifigures, Spider-Man and Anti-Venom. So, it's going to be a mech, but it's $15, so it's not ridiculous priced. I don't know. We'll see what they do with that. The Star Wars mechs they gave us are all 1 minifigure, so who knows, maybe they do something special with this.
Yep. Then we have set 76307, the Iron Man mech versus Ultron, 101 pieces, again $15, 2 figures. Again, the mechs are something that Lego's been trying out with these bigger IPs. It's just an easy sell for the younger crowd. We're going to see probably more of these. This isn't going to be the first. This isn't going to be the last. They just keep doing these. And that kind of wraps it up for what we know for the January 1st wave. I don't think there's anything in between, like March, February. I think we go right into the April wave next, starting with set 7612, the Hulk Monster Truck, 229 pieces, $30. Figure, we don't know what figures. We can assume at least Hulk, right? But if there's an antagonist probably included, but we don't know. This is similar to like those mech ideas, not just the younger crowd aimed.
Next set we have set number 76315, Iron Man's Hall of Armor, 384 pieces, coming in at $55. We don't know the minifigure count, but it's probably going to be a bigger amount of minifigures considering it's Iron Man's Hall of Armor. So there's going to be multiple different suits is what's assumed. Again, this is April wave, so we don't have a ton of information on it, but they've done sets very similar to this in the past, so it'll be cool to see what they do here.
Then we have set 76316, Galactus versus the Fantastic Four, 427 pieces, $60. I don't know what minifigures, but we can assume at least the main Fantastic Four characters and potentially some other ones. This one I think is super interesting because the Fantastic Four is one of the big movies slated to come out in 2025. It's a fan favorite character group that we haven't really seen in the Disney MCU, so it's going to be cool to see them implemented. But that movie's not even coming out until July. So this will kind of be like a sneak peek into, what we can maybe expect for some of the characters and what they look like in the movie. It's obviously not going to be a one-to-one replica, but it's going to show some insight.
And for the last set of the April 1st wave, we have set number 75327, an Iron Man helmet. Unknown piece count, but it's $70, so you can assume it's just like any of these other helmets that are coming out in Star Wars. They're going to fit to the same degree that the other ones would. They're going to be the same scale. I mean, something cool to add to the collection. Not really too surprising there.
Yeah, and then the last two we have the rumor to come out in the spring, but with this, if we have April 1st sets, it's either going to come out in May or July, right? It's not going to come out in June, and it's not going to come out in May most likely. It's probably going to be July or April, somewhere in that area. They're not going to release it the next month because these two sets are relatively bigger sets that would be releasing with bigger waves. They're not going to be standalone releases. The first one is supposed to be an Endgame final battle. There's no set number. There's no piece count. There's no figure. We just have a price, $100. This one's a little bit interesting because we've gotten different variations of the Endgame battle pretty much every year since the movie's released. So, maybe it's just another different variation of the battle with different characters we haven't gotten from that battle. Could be cool to see. I don't really know what to expect. And this one's just a rumor. This one hasn't had as much details with its leaks yet. And the other one was a huge rumor when it first came out, but I remember reading it and thinking, this is an interesting piece price for this build. And it's supposed to be Tony Stark's Malibu mansion. It's going to be 5,703 pieces, and the price and the minifigs are unknown. But then it was the people who released the leak about this set coming out later said the ground on which we were staying with this coming out is not as strong as we once thought. This is probably a fake rumor. So who knows? It's still a possibility. I was literally just thinking the other day of other big sets because Marvel does these big sets from the Marvel Cinematic Universe or just the Marvel Universe in general where they add them in these big variations. Like the Avengers Tower, the Sanctum Sanctorum, which if you guys haven't already seen, we have a review on our channel. Go check that out. The Daily Bugle, now the X Mansion. These big sets. So Tony Stark's Malibu Mansion kind of makes sense. It's not as big of any of those buildings in my opinion, but from the MCU, it's a big one, right? It was in the first Iron Man, which is what kickstarted the MCU in general, and it was later turned into pretty much the Avengers site in Endgame. So it would be a cool set for them to do, but 5,700 in pieces, that would make it bigger than Avengers Tower, and that just seems unlikely. While the mansion is big, scale-wise, it just wouldn't have worked if it was that much bigger than the Sanctum Sanctorum, right? You would kind of put those on a closer scale. Or the X Mansion, right? It's a little bit, not as tall, it's a little bit lower but wider, so it's kind of like similar to those two sets rather than the Daily Bugle or Avengers Tower. So this one will be interesting to see. They pretty much do one of those big sets for Marvel every year, so it would be interesting to see what they do for next year. It also seemed weird that they would be rumoring this for spring, because they're usually in the latter half of the year. They like to keep them about a year apart. Again, this isn't a, you know, this isn't 100% not going to happen, but seems the least likely of any of these sets we talked about. So with all that being said, we hope you guys did enjoy this. Let us know what you're most excited about for 2025. Plenty of these are going to be for different fan groups, the younger crowd, the older crowd, the collectors. It's going to be fun. With all that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.